How's it? Today is Tuesday, July 4th, and I got some changes for today compared to last week. The biggest change, as you can see here, is that I'm doing blocks today. Instead of doing my power clean plus hang clean like last week, which was really hard, I am switching to block cleans, like full cleans. This is in an effort to save some of my back for when I squat and save some of my back for when I deadlift later in the week. And I think this is going to be a good change. For today, it's 119 for a few doubles. These are all pretty easy. I think my biggest issue with these is trying to find the right starting position, which I guess is always the issue for any style of lifting. But for me at the top weight, you'll see that some of them are I'm a little bit more behind the bar than I would like to be. So this is 90. I went 60, 80, 90, 110, and then 19. And I'm already behind the bar on that second rep here. I'm looking at the side angle for reference. Here is 100. That was okay. But yeah, after these cleans, I move into back squats. If you remember last week, Tuesday was not good. I back squatted 149 last week for two threes, yeah, two threes. Here's my top set, by the way. Trying to get to one set of 6 last week, but it just didn't go. It didn't feel right. It felt like not necessarily sore with anything last week. It just felt like I wasn't strong. Today, however, because it was so hard last week, we switched to going to a top set of 5. So he said between 145 and 150. My warm-ups were alright, so I figured 150 would have been possible. It was not possible. I ended up failing on my 5th rep, and you'll see. I think for my warm-ups, it was really important for me to maintain position rather than getting speed and everything. It felt like my lower back and my hips were just really not happy. That's my last one right there. So my right hip is, I guess it's not hurting necessarily, but I know that it is affecting my lower back. So my right lumbar is not feeling good by any stretch of the imagination. It just feels absolutely horrendous. And it happens more so when I end up losing tension in the bottom, which makes sense, right? But like right here, that depth for the second rep was really good. At that depth, it doesn't hurt. Anything below that, it does hurt. For my warm-ups today, I moved to 120 for a single, and then I just went 120, 35, 45, and then 50. All singles up to the 50. Steve said to get that in so that I could get a proper warm-up, and I do think it helped a lot. But you can see like my apprehension on hitting depth here. Look at this. This is 135. A little bit right favored here. And yeah, you see that I'm like not feeling it. Well, I'm definitely feeling it, but I'm not feeling good about it. Here's 140. This 140 I think was better than last week's 140 for reference. I felt pretty quick, but there was definitely still pain in there. 145 is going to be a little bit more right favored again. You see it there. It's actually it's really hard to see from this angle, but if I point it out, I think it is noticeable. And then here's my 150. First rep is alright, and then it kind of is just like, oh shit, am I going to be able to do 5? I think maybe if I just use a little more, I don't even know use. If I was a little bit more tenacious and a little bit less apprehensive about how I'm feeling on the reps, I think I would be able to kind of squeeze these out. So that's my 4th one. and my hips are definitely going back on that. So I'm like, okay, if I do this fifth one perfectly, I'll be able to do it. But right there, I hit the bottom, and then my knees kind of just lost a lot of tightness. And yeah, I was very, very upset. I'm still upset about it. My down sets, I did all of them today at 135. No belt for three threes. Last week I did three fives, I think at like 132 or 133 or something like that. But these are not as easy as I wish they were. I do think that like they're a lot more technically correct than what I did last week and what I did on my top set, but I don't know. Will I ever learn how to squat? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think it's a function of me using the flats or not using the flats. Me like my inability to squat properly. I think if I had used my weightlifting shoes, I think the same problem would have arose. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty frustrated. I'm trying to be as positive as I can about it, and I think that if I am held accountable, which I know a bunch of you have commented on my stuff telling me things that I should work on, and that's super super helpful. Like I'm genuinely working towards healthy, like like in a general sense. I don't want my shoulders to be all fucked up for the rest of my life. I don't want my back to be all fucked up for the rest of my life. And I do think that it's just a work in progress, and it's slowly getting better. I don't think that um, today was as bad as Saturday was, if that gives an indication of me trying to improve everything, right? But yeah, after that, I moved into my overhead press, going to 74. Last week I did 72. 74 is over my competing weight, like my weight, competition weight. 73 is my competition weight, so that's pretty cool to think about. Definitely over 73 right now, but it's just cool to think that like I'm pressing how much I weigh during competition for a set of two. So like it's more than one. Basically, body weight overhead press, right? For reps, right? Here it is. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm very, very, very. I want to be held accountable again moving forward, but I want to be diligent about my recovery and stretching and everything to make sure that I'm giving myself the best opportunity to get better. You know, oftentimes when you forget or neglect an aspect of training, it rears its ugly head in a really bad way in the form of an injury. And I'm not necessarily injured right now. Everything just is sore. But yeah, down sets at 67 with 10% down. And then I finish off with some dips. I am just I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to be positive. That's all I'm gonna have to say is try to be positive. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Shoots.